Hi guys, I'm going on a trip this weekend for Mother's Day, so I wanted to quickly show you what's in my travel makeup bag. I thought maybe some of you would be interested. Actually, I don't know where I got this little bag from. Maybe it was from Amazon or something. If I can find it, I'll link it down below. But I like it because it's not too small, but it's also not too big, so it's just like, for me, the perfect size. I also like that everything's just in one big area, so you don't have to unzip a bunch of stuff. The only thing I do wish about this bag in particular was that this little strap was a bit lower, because as you can see, a lot of the products that I like to keep in these little pockets are not super tall, and they can kind of fall out if I don't put multiple products in there because the pockets are rather large. Like if I put one lip product in, it usually will fall out as I'm opening and closing. So I do wish that either the pockets were a bit smaller, or this was a little bit lower, or there was just a way to secure this part of it. But other than that, it's a nice bag. Okay, aside from the bag, boring stuff that I'm bringing a mirror. Obviously, this is just a tiny little handheld one from Colourpop. I have some lash curlers. I also have a sponge. This one I think is from Morphe. I don't usually use a sponge, but I like to have it just in case my foundation brush gets totally destroyed and I don't have anywhere to clean it. This is my go-to primer lately. I'm going to be having some pretty full days, so I wanted something that was really going to help my makeup to stay on all day, and this is perfect for that. This is the Wet n Wild Prime Focus Clingy Serum Primer. And then for foundation, another really long-lasting gem. This one from Maybelline, the Super Stay 24-Hour Skin Tint. This one is in the shade 118. It might work with my self-tanned skin, but I might have to mix in a little bit of this L'Oreal True Match Lumi Glotion. This is the deepest shade, I believe, in 904 Deep Glow. This is great because it not only adds a glow to your skin, but if you do get a color deeper than your natural skin tone, then it can help to deepen up foundations that are a little bit light. These are not technically bronzer drops, but I kind of use it in that way. For concealer, I'm taking my Tower 28 Swipe Right Concealer. This one is in DTLA. It might be a little bit light for me at the moment, but it's kind of all I got. So we're going to go with a more highlighted under eye. And this is just a great, long-wearing, pretty crease-resistant concealer that it looks good in photos, but it also looks really good in real life. It doesn't look like too much. Excuse the patchy self-tanner. I actually only brought 2 blushes. I'm pretty proud of myself. For liquid, I'm taking one of my favorite blushes of all time, the e.l.f. Liquid Camo Blush in Dusty Rose. I think you can see a little bit. This formula has a tiny bit of a sheen to it, but it's not glittery or sparkly. It just looks really healthy on the skin. And this color is just my perfect everyday shade. It's not too warm, it's not too cool, it just goes with everything. I don't have to think too hard about it. These are very pigmented and they do dry rather quickly, but I find them really easy to layer up and blend out. They don't get patchy like a lot of other liquid blushes. And then for a powder, I'm taking the Fenty Beauty Suede Powder Blush, and this one is in Bacon Cakes. Kind of goes with the e.l.f. blush, just a more nudie, mauvey tone. Again, kind of one of those tones that goes with everything. It's slightly more cool toned, I would say, than the e.l.f., but it just really smooths out the skin. Suede is the perfect description. Not powdery and matte and drying. It's just very smooth and velvety. Literally one of my favorite powder blush formulas. For bronzer, I am bringing a cream and a powder, both from Physicians Formula. I swear, Physicians Formula just knows how to do it when it comes to bronzer. I love this one. This is their Mineral Wear Diamond Bronzer, and this one is in the shade Bronze Gem. It's a more kind of moussey cream formula that just blends like a dream. So buttery. It reminds me a lot of the LYS No Limits Bronzer Stick, but just in a pot form. And I really like a pot, even though they get so grimy and disgusting. It's just so much easier to pop my brush into the pan. So for traveling, I just want something that's quick, easy, and that I know is going to work. So that's why I'm bringing this one. For a powder, just to lock that into place, I'm taking my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Just a gorgeous, not glittery or sparkly, just a very natural, satiny finish. Blends like a dream. Quick, easy, don't have to think about it, goes with everything type of product. If you have been watching my channel for a long time, you will know that one of my favorite powders, if not my favorite powder, is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. So I am taking this one. I think this one is in the shade Light. It's pretty much just a translucent powder. Doesn't really give any coverage or tint to your makeup, but it adds like the most subtle glow to your skin without being sparkly or glittery. In the sunlight, it still looks super natural. I don't know if you can see on camera, but it has a slight light reflecting property. It doesn't make your skin look drying. It makes your makeup last longer. It's just amazing. For highlight, I wanted something super punchy. This is the Moira Dreamlight highlighter in Reckless Love. Look at that. Beautiful goldish pink. OMG. So stunning. These Moira highlighters are so underrated. Another gem from Moira that I am bringing. I don't know if I'm going to end up using this, but we are going to a candlelight concert, which I'm super excited about. It's where the string, I think it's a quartet, or I don't know, just a string ensemble plays covers of popular music. Tonight in particular is for Queen, so it's going to be really cool, and there's a bunch of candles in it. I've heard really great things about it, so I'm excited. For that event, maybe I want some extra glitz. This is the Star Show Shadow Pot in the shade Eureka. It comes in a little pot with a stopper, and this shade, oh my gosh, it's like liquid molten purpley silver fabulousness. So impactful. I don't want to swatch it right now because I don't want to get glitter everywhere, but I'm pretty sure I have swatches of this that I will try to find for you because it is just otherworldly. They have a lot of different shades, but this one I think is by far my favorite. A couple more eyeshadow options. I don't even know really what I'm gonna do, but I wanted some just like basic neutrals. This Melt Cosmetics Brunet palette is just a really underrated, like simple go-to type of palette. Got some nice neutral browns, nothing too cool or too warm. The shimmers in here are nothing to write home about, but I really, really love the mattes. Very pigmented, but very blendable, and I love the tones. It goes from really light to really deep. You got a more sort of olivey brown right here, which is super unique, and I like this one too. That's a little bit more peachy. I don't know. It's just something about the undertones in the formula of these mattes are amazing. And then for a more black and white option, again, another one of those like staple matte palettes. This is Blow and Smoke from Colourpop. I swear, Colourpop's 9-pan palettes are, I think, a different formula than some of their other palettes. Every 9-pan palette I've tried from them, I've loved. And this one, as you can see, it's just a black and white Natasha Denona Xenon palette vibes. Goes from white to black. You got some grays, silvers. And I always like to have a white just to brighten up my inner corner. And then a black is like a staple. So that's really the main reason why I'm bringing this palette, just for the white and the black, honestly. And then last but not least, I have this Kaja Moon Crystal Liquid Shadow. Honestly, I should probably swatch this because this might be expired. I've had this for a while. But I thought the shade of this would go with the dress I'm planning on wearing. It's just a really unique reddish, greenish brown with silver reflex. Ooh, it's so pretty. I think it's such a gorgeous color, but it's kind of smokier than I tend to gravitate towards on an everyday basis, so I just don't find myself reaching for it enough. But for a nighttime event, I think this would be perfect. For setting spray, I'm taking my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless setting spray. I recently picked this up. I'm not sure yet if it does all that it says it's going to do for the longevity of my makeup, but I will say I really like how it makes my makeup look. You know, when I'm finished with my makeup and everything's just looking a little bit powdery, this does a really, really great job of melting everything together. I don't know how else to explain it. It's just something you have to experience, but I'm really enjoying that. All right, in this little pocket, we have a brow gel, my Butter Brazilian Brow Lift from Physicians Formula. I have some tweezers. These ones are from Tweezerman. These are the best tweezers I've ever had. Very sharp. Can get those tiny little hairs. For brows, I brought my Maybelline Express Brow. This one is in medium brown. I'm bringing this brown eyeliner from Revolution, the Streamline eyeliner. This is super pigmented, super creamy. It comes with a little sponge that you can use to smudge out the liner. I just feel like having a brown liner is a must, and this one is so deep it almost looks like a black. The Lancome Monsieur Big Waterproof Mascara is sadly one of the best mascaras I've ever tried, and I say sadly because it is expensive. Ulta usually has this on sale for their 21 Days of Beauty, 50% off. Snag it and try it if you like a volumizing mascara that will hold a curl. This is definitely worth a try. I brought 3 lip liners because I'm crazy and I love lip liner. This one is the new one from Juvia's Place in So Rare. It's their Longwear lip liner. Really deep, dark, neutral brown, leaning a little bit cool toned. Super creamy, but it does set down. The only thing I wish about the Juvia's Place liners was that there was a couple more lighter options. Then I'm bringing, of course, a Maybelline lifter liner. Again, super creamy, but sets down. This one is in Player. A little bit more rosy. And then last but not least, we have another super creamy long-wearing formula. You can tell I have a type. This is from Moira, the Lip Appeal Waterproof Lip Liner. And this one is in Discreet. So it's a brown, but a little bit lighter than the Juvia's Place one. And then we also have 3 options for lips. This is one of my go-to everyday, goes with everything, don't have to think too much about it, lip products. The NYX Fat Oil Slick Click Shiny Lip Balm. I've tried other shades, but honestly, my favorite shade is this one in Going Viral. Ooh, it's so good. So perfect. I also wanted to bring a more punchy option. This one is from Essence, their Slim Stick Lipstick in Brick Road. Because the dress that I'm wearing is more of a deep maroon, so I thought this might complement it nicely. I love this matte formula. It's so cloud-like and pillowy. And then last but not least, I'm bringing my NYX Lip Ivy, the Hydrating Gloss Serum in 02 Hydra Honey. This is such a long-wearing, glossy lip balm that leaves a little bit of a stain behind, but the glossiness actually wears a really long time. All right, let me just put everything back into my little bag. And that is it, guys. That is my travel makeup bag. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I love you guys so much, and I'll catch you in my next video.